5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Boy, oh boy, that was almost, get this, 52 years ago. Apollo 11 blasting off and a small team of 3 stepping out of this world and into history.
Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin would later walk on the moon, but high above, circling the planet, was Michael Collins, safely piloting the trio's only way home.
Collins passed away overnight, aged 90. For more, we're joined by NASA commander, astronaut and author of the novel The Apollo Murders, Chris Hadfield, who joins us from Canada. Chris, good morning to you. I mean, what a legacy, this man.
Good morning, and I'm very pleased that you're honoring Mike Collins. He was such an admirable human being, so accomplished. He did so many things in his life, including one event that almost everyone on Earth knows about, the very first moon landing, and he was the commander of the vehicle that orbited. And he was a friend of mine. So he lived a full life, but it's very sad to see him gone now.
So a very sad day for you.
It is, but I mean, none of us last forever, and by any measure, he was immensely successful in his life, personally, professionally, and I think just privately, and the things that he hoped to do as a human being. He served his country through almost his entire life. He was married to the same woman right up until her death 6 or 7 years ago. He has a large and loving family. And he helped make history, pushing our technology right to the edge. So a life extremely well lived. He was a very good man.
Sure was. He was called, if you don't mind me saying, the loneliest man in the world during the time he circled the moon for more than 20 hours on his Pat Malone. I mean, most people would go, hang on a second, he was so close to walking on that moon and he could almost touch it. Unfortunately, he didn't get to do that. Would he have felt like he missed out on something? Was he that kind of guy, or was he a guy that just went, knew his place?
I think he'd look at it more realistically. He got to fly in space twice. He got to go to the moon. There's only been 24 human beings in the last 300,000 years that have gone to the moon. 12 have walked, but 24 total. And he had an immensely rich and full life. And so no, he counted himself hugely lucky to have done the things that he did. So no, he didn't miss out on anything.
I mean, he was such a humble man, and as you said, post his time in space, he did so much other work. What do you think he will be remembered for?
He wrote maybe the best book about what it was like to be an astronaut in the 60s. And he called the book not, like My Story or Me the Astronaut or something. He called it Carrying the Fire, which it was more revealing about him, I think, the depth of thought and his understanding of where he was in history. And as huge as it may seem what they did, how that actually measures in the whole panoply of human development. And he was very philosophical and witty and a very, sharp sense of humor, but patient and quiet. And when you talk to Mike, you'd swear, you were a far more interesting man than he was. He just had that way, a great humility about him, a real grace, and a wonderful example to me and millions of other people of how, perhaps, if I'm lucky, I'll get to conduct my life.
Well, we're sorry for your loss this morning, my man, and as a fitting tribute to him, thank you for being with us on our program this morning. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.